What is going on, everybody? Good evening and welcome to the Occult Rejects, another episode of Rustic Gods. I am one of your hosts, Jules, the host of Greypilled, here with the Headless Giant, and Nick, the OG, the CEO of the Occult Rejects. What's going on, boys?
CEO and founder. Well, let's see. I got all sorts of shows you can watch on my YouTube channel, but you got to hit the bell. That's the trade-off. So I'm not going to go through them anymore. You're just going to hit the bell and show up. Tonight, it's going to get weird. It's going to get weird.
Yeah, some big dick in the champion tonight.
Yeah, guys, we're finally. This is episode 6. If y'all have been keeping up, then you would know that we started off talking about Pan, and then the second episode was about the nature spirits. Third episode was on Aristeas and the Begonia ritual. The fourth one, Artemis. We talked about Chiron, and now Priapus, or Fascinus, the phallic god, the god of many things. I'm sure he has many attributes to him, but there is one that is. I'm trying to see. Do you have a picture, Headless, Sarah? Oh, okay. Well,
yes, I do.
All right. He's packing, man.
So this is Priapus. Yeah. Well, sometimes, some of the time, he was a god of vegetable gardens. He was also the protector of beehives, flocks, and vineyards. He's got quite a stinger. Priapus was depicted as a dwarfish man with a huge member symbolizing garden fertility, peaked Phrygian cap, indicating his origin as a Mysian god, and a basket weighing down with fruit. His cult was introduced from Greece, Lempskios, in Asia Minor. His mythology subsequently reinterpreted. Primitive statues of the god were set up in vegetable gardens to promote fertility. These also doubled as scarecrows, keeping the birds away. And also, interestingly enough, that phallic was detachable. So they had these stone statues with a massive phallus, and that phallus you could pull out of the holster and actually use as a baseball bat. So they would use these things to beat up intruders. I'm not kidding.
Wait, so was it detachable?
Right, on the stone statues.
Oh, on the
stone statues.
Okay. All right. I thought.
Right.
Like they're getting beat with stone dicks.
Yes, they're getting beat with stone dicks. If they come into your land, you are perfectly able and justified to pull out the stone penis and beat your intruders to death with it.
Based.
Yo, just hearing that, you're not even going to go there. I'm like, oh, fuck. You go there, you're going to get hit with fucking
I don't want to get beat with the fucking dick to death, dude. Please. That's a dick down, I guess you could say.
This is the worst, most undignified way to die, right?
It's like a long line of women though showing up. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, please! This guy was a good luck charm. And much like the Japanese culture, where they have these massive fertility festivals where they're marching these dicks down the street, rubbing the Fascinus or rubbing the Priapus was actually good for your fertility. So this is what would, bring on the fertility within people nearby. So it was a multi-use, dick down beater thing.
Of course. But
Priapus was identified with a number of phallic Greek deities, including Dionysus, Hermes, and the satyrs, Orthianus and Tychon. In a well-known Pompeian wall fresco, this is where this is from. This is what they uncovered in Pompeii. Imagine you're taking all the soot off the walls, and then you see this guy behind it. All right. So in a well-known Pompeian wall fresco, right or above, the god is shown weighing his phallus against the produce of the garden. He is crowned and peaked with a Phrygian cap, wears Phrygian boots, and has a Bacchic cone-tipped thyrsus in his hand. I don't know where that thyrsus is, but he's got the weight right there.
I gotta keep it real though. So for real though with this guy. All right, obviously he's got a huge dick, which, you're talking about like fertility, but I mean, looking at him, if you want to be like realistic, the guy looks like he ain't got no cum in his balls though. He ain't got no fight. He only got a fucking pair of balls to match that dick.
That's
find that
actually
weird.
goes
That
into his
looks like you
mythology.
think he got big balls.
Right. This goes into his
the testicles
mythology.
are the ones that actually fertilize.
Right. So what he's doing is he's actually cursed. Right. So his mythology, let me see. A donkey. Let me see. The cause is
course there's a
shameful, but
donkey.
it suits a god. Right. So there was a, let me see, where is it? But his mythology should be here. Oh, here we go. Should I omit or recount your shame? Read Priapus. It is a very playful tiny tale. Coronated Cybele, Rhea, with her crown of turrets, invites the. Did you guys know that Cybele is Rhea?
Yes.
Because that's pretty important to the whole cosmology.
Had that on my Pantheon chart.
Right. Invites the eternal gods to her feast. She invites two Satyri and Nymphae, rural spirits. Silenus, as present uninvited, is not allowed and is too long to narrate the gods' banquet. Night was consumed with much wine. Some blindly stroll shadowy Ida's dells or lie down in the rest of the bodies in the soft grass. Others play or are clasped by sleep or link their arms and thump the green earth in triple quick step. Again, they're describing rituals here. Vesta lies down and takes a quiet, carefree nap, just as she was, her head pillowed by turf, Hestia, goddess of the hearth, right? Keeping the hearth fires burning. But the red savior of the gardens, Priapus, prowls for Nymphae and goddesses and wanders back and forth. He spots Vestia. It is unclear if he thought she was a Nymphae or knew it was Vestia. He claims ignorance, of course. He conceives a vile hope and tries to steal upon her, walking on tiptoe as his heart flutters. By chance, old Silenus had left the donkey. He came on by a gently burbling stream. The long hell spot's god was getting started when it bellowed an untimely bray. The goddess starts up, frightened by the noise. The whole crowd fly to her. The god flees through hostile lands. Limpicatus slays the beast, the donkey, for Priapus chanting, "We rightly gives flames to the informant's guts. You remember, goddess, and necklace it with bread. Work ceases, the idle mills are silent." So essentially, he tries to sneak up on her and have his way with her, but he is rebuffed and he runs off into the ancient lands. But for fear of the rustic force, she, the Latin Hydrinus Promia, walled her orchard to keep away the sex she shunned. What tricks did they not try? The young light-footed satyr and the Panes, he Priapus, the god whose scythe or lusty loins scare away thieves. Again, back to the garden statue, he scares away thieves. What did they all try to win her love? Well, anyways, there's one of these stories. He is trying to get with a woman, and then she rebuffs his approaches, and he gets cursed to go soft as soon as he's around a woman.
Whoa.
So it's hard all of the other times. This is where we get the term priapus or a priapism, where they say if it's been hard for more than 4 hours, you need to go to the doctor. We get that from Priapus.
Interesting, dude. And this is in Rome was known as Fascinus, right?
He is.
I have
Roman
some more
Fascinus.
pictures that we can pull up whenever. But
these were most likely the Fascinus were like little trinkets they would have, as well as murals and stuff like that. Fascinus.
Yeah, I was
So
going to say if you can go to
Fascinus is-
Google Images.
Right. You're going to see some
lot of
weird stuff when it comes to Fascinus, right? So here, you've got an eyeball right here in the bottom corner. You've got one phallus, two phalluses. This is Fascinus right here. And he has
his own
to
phallus.
the evil eye. Right. He's putting an end to the evil eye. You can imagine how that is. So this is how they kept away bad luck. This is how they kept away evil, by giving people this symbol right here, right? This goes back to Fascinus. This goes back to Rome. you're flashing something to somebody that's going to stop the evil eye. That's where we get it from. Now, we lost the other half.
This is a penis.
There you go. You got it.
Wow, guys.
Yes.
So literally,
That's why it's
you means fuck you.
Right. So we're missing the other half of this curse. We're missing the other half of this curse. Now, you can see the other half on the left-hand side here. Well, what is that?
Yo.
Whoa, dude.
So these are trinkets that they would wear to keep away the evil eye.
That's wild.
And this is exactly what you think it is. It's the clitoris. So you've got the fig and the Fascinus. Fig, Fascinus. That's where they come from. We've completely lost this one because I guess it was unladylike to flash the fig.
I was going to say, I have this one statue headless. If y'all want to pull it up, I have it down there. I think it's a pretty good representation of the it's like I don't know. It's I mean, this was a symbol for fertility too, right? I'm sorry.
Yep. Again, this is what you want in your forest. This is what you want in your grove. But you've got both symbols put together into one right there in this one.
Right,
so,
right.
This is a later representation, but you've got the yoni and the lingam all together standing up as this Fascinus character. Now, Fascinus gets really weird. Like sometimes he has wings.
I have other pictures.
He doesn't. Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, keep talking and I'll just keep pulling them up.
Right. Sometimes he's part lion. Like if you remember that last one that I showed you, he had lion legs. Right, so he was part lion. Now this is actually Mercury or Hermes.
Really?
Hermes was one of these other phallus gods. Yeah, but if you think about it, he breaks every barrier, and they're talking about like fertility cults breaking every barrier. So he's kind of a thief in the night as well. So you can kind of put all these pieces together.
If this is like Pazuzu, no,
nah,
that's a completely different. I think pantheon of gods. I don't think you can even relate them.
These metal sculptures were called tintinnabulum, and the tintinnabulum were like these wind chimes. So they would have little trinkets hanging from these things. And again, like the Fascinus, you would keep this out in the front of your home to keep the evil eye away, right? Because that is part of this fertility ritual. Like if you think of the evil eye as withering plants, you think of the phallus as bringing nutrients into the plants, right? Bringing fertility, bringing growth, and all the rest of that. So
spreading
it was a
seed,
symbol,
so to say.
There you go. Right. So fertility became this primary magical energy for the Greeks, and they had to keep this fertility levels high. And that's what would lead to all this production, all this creativity, all these different things, is because they had their eye on sort of like increasing the fertility levels in their society to such a degree that, the energy was incredibly, rampant. And this is where we kind of find circumcision, right?
Oh.
You don't see a lot of the phallus worship within the circumcision cults, right? There's not a lot of phallus worship going on in Egypt. Not a lot of phallus worship going on in Canaan. Not a lot of phallus worship going on in Jerusalem. There it is, right? These weren't places that were really in. Well, I mean, there might have been some in Egypt, I think. Like there was a lot of symbols, but this is a good example for one of these garden Priapus. Right. So this guy is, but I don't know if that one's detachable or not. Some of them are. And again, he scares away thieves. And one of the ideas of, Hermes being another phallic god is he sort of is a thief, right? So he's like the god of thieves. And so both the god of thieves and the god who protects against thieves are phallic gods. Which is kind of interesting. Like you've got manliness to beat up the thieves, and then you've got the, I guess you would say the chutzpah to become a thief. Both require big members. Not a lot of this. So one of the things that you notice over and over again in all these art motifs is that their heroes have really tiny penises. That's because they equate. Another good fashionist right there, but he's kind of holding the caduceus.
He has the caduceus.
Well.
That's what you just mentioned, Hermes. So that's kind of like a depiction of both the fashionist and Hermes and one.
Right.
Huge hog, all the same.
But he was a caricature. Oh, he also had wings on his feet, as if anybody was looking at his feet.
There you go.
But he was a caricature. Like, this was the comic relief. You put this out there in front of people so that they'll laugh. And they knew what they were doing with that. You know, there's nothing that diffuses a tense situation than with laughter, right? And so you've got kind of that understanding of the fertility energy there is like, if everybody is just laughing, there's very little chance of them actually getting into a fight or anything like that. So the idea of fertility is, it crosses all boundaries. It's not just taken seriously. It's also something to laugh at, you know?
Right. Well, yeah, you mentioned before how these gods have a sense of humor, you know?
Right, right. And so a lot of people are like, well, this is just dick worship. And it's like, yeah, because they're trying to be funny about it. They're taking stuff from their lived experience, knowing about the fertility cycles. Like, they were experts at knowing that fertility cycle stuff, and then they turn it on its head. It's like it's an inversion of sorts, because on one hand, they take this stuff super deadly seriously, and on the other, they're making fun of it with Fascinus and Priapus.
Well, yeah,
so a lot of people miss that.
You see the phallic stuff in other cultures. You see it with Osiris. You know what I mean? His phallus was cast into the Nile, and
there you go.
In the mythology, Thoth had to fashion him this new one, which my other co-host Adrian from one of my other shows, he thinks that Horus came from Thoth and not Osiris's seed. Yeah, because Horus was also raised, and this is in the Sumerian stuff, by his uncle Gibel, the god of fire, who made Horus's staff for him. But they refer to him as Horon and stuff, I'm sure y'all have heard that name before. But
right.
yeah,
that was in the Bible.
Yeah. So yeah, you see this in other cultures as well with the phallus. And you see it in culture, right? As far as mainstream culture with, our buildings, for instance, our architecture is very reminiscent of a penis.
But this is a fashion.
Sorry, Headless, you go ahead.
Well, this is the Fascinus that is fashioned into one of the little danglies from a tintinnabulum. You've got this looks like he's got bull legs back here, but he's also got one right there. He's got wings that are backwards facing wings, and his tail is a phallus as well. Okay. A lot of symbolism there. Here's another tintinnabulum. And here you go. Did you know this? The English word fascinate is derived from the Latin term fascinus. So when you're saying
etymology for the day, guys.
When you're saying you're fascinated by something, you're literally saying you're dignitized.
I got to write that down.
Dignitized.
So this is, again, the backwards facing wings. I'm not sure why that is, but you've got the same sort of bull / lion back end to it.
Dude, yeah.
And there were just so many different things that they made out of it. Like, what the hell is this? And so, these things aren't, very well studied because people want to just forget about this part. But it looks like Fascinus here is actually, his phallus is a lion coming out of him. And I guess it's trying to eat him alive. But these are symbols for something that they're saying can happen to you. Like, if this member is too big, then you don't have any brains. You are a moron. And so the bigger the wiener, the dumber the person. So this kind of Fascinus idea is all meant to be like a big joke on stupid people.
Wow, that's why
something with the small dick came up with that. That's all.
Well, hey, I was going to say that's why some people
Absolutely.
refer to getting head as getting brain, right? Like, hey, dude, like what the fuck? That's wild. Damn. So they were referring to it as that back in the day. Like thy shall give us brain. I don't know.
They had 1,000 other ways of saying it. As you can tell from the mythology of Fascinus, like they were just sort of bouncing around the topic and not really, saying exactly what he's doing. It's all heavy implication. Start as fuck. Okay.
Meat Cavern, Joey, what's up, boys? My audience loves this subject. We're talking about Priapus or Fascinus, the phallic god, the phallic rustic god in Greece and Rome.
Well, Fascinus is, plays right alongside Priapus, but Priapus is much more Roman in that the Romans love to put Priapus on their structures, right? So anytime they had a brothel, they'd put a Fascinus there. Anytime they would, right, if you needed directions to a brothel, they would have the Fascinus there. It was basically this way to have some fun, right? And so it's been lost over the years, obviously. I mean,
well, I was going to say not only that, but it seems like everything in ancient society was kind of represented by symbols. Even like giving somebody directions to something, or like it not a lot less writing and more, just representing it with one image, and people understood.
Right, because literacy was so low back then. You had to have a common set of symbols so that everybody could sort of be on the same page in public life, while at the same time not writing anything down. And it's funny, Plato even said that writing things down was ruining society because it made everybody's memory shit. Normally, when they're not writing everything down, they actually have a lot better memory. So he's lamenting the fact that writing is taking off because he thinks it was better when a lot fewer people knew how to read and write. Another fig. So these would often go under Roman chariots.
The fig.
Well. Yeah. So you got the fig on one side and the phallus on the other.
Is really like a.
You're never going to look at this.
I can't do that. I got your nose to my daughter anymore because now it's weird. Definitely.
Ruined.
Yeah, it's ruined. But it's good to know that this is, guys, on a symbol for your moose knuckle or for your camel toe, whatever you got. Hey,
camel toe and moose knuckle. So what's also interesting is that, like I was saying, this is what keeps the evil eye away. So what they would do is they would hang these from the bottom of a chariot. All of these Fascinus and figs, right? It was the world's first truck nuts.
Dude, I see so many of those. In Mississippi, obviously.
Right.
Because so that's that thing, right? If they have a big truck, it makes up for their small dick. You know what I mean? There's that saying as well. So that's kind of where that originates from. Okay. Oh,
right.
Man.
We haven't gone too far from the past. In fact, there's a lot of ancestral memory wrapped up in this, and we just don't even realize it. The fasci comes from Fascinus. Fascinate comes from Fascinus.
Gotta love etymology,
so it used to be that we understood this stuff as kind of magical. But instead, we've all just sort of replaced it for these mundane things, right? So a lot of these would be used as,
Simplicity.
Again, red light district. You've got your red light right here, They call him Priapus the Red. What do you think they're talking about there? This is a modern recreation.
Dogs get a red rocket.
Right. And so, these would be all over, prostitution districts. So it was pretty common. Look at that. Now, this, again, you don't want to be on the beach with these flying around.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, it's bad enough getting bird poop in your hair, but what are these things dropping?
Oh, like just Fascinus comes up, flying out the sky.
Get smacked in the face with a dick. I don't know.
Oh, dude. Fuck.
Evil eye vanquished.
Go eat a bag of fish.
Or you're going to have this guy. Hey, is this? Let me pull this guy up, Headless. This is another image that I saw. Well, there's a couple of them. If you can't tell, this guy, he's got a piercing. He's got a Prince Albert.
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
He's gauged up. Dude, he has a fish in his hand? What's going on?
He looks like a fish head. Look at his, what is the thing on his, is that jowls or something? What's hanging down from his face?
Dude,
Looks like a fish head.
He looks like he has, yeah, dude. That's wild. I mean, this was under the Priapus.
He's even missing a fucking part of his leg. Well, I'm sure that's a sculpture problem.
Maybe, man. I don't know, Nick. Some of this stuff you got to wonder, you know.
Yo, what is that in his other hand? What is he carrying?
A fish. Oh, the other one is I don't know. A bag? It's like the Anunnaki all have the bags.
It looks like a weed.
I don't know, man. Headless, what do you think about this guy?
Definitely looks like a Priapus type character. He's got the scales.
Looks like a rooster
sort of
head.
hanging.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the
that would make
head
sense.
from Artemis, right? What was it? At the Capitol?
Abraxas.
Abraxas. Yeah. Never mind. Sorry.
And it would make sense. Where did we get the term cock?
No, I was saying whenever we were doing the episode on Artemis, she had a hat on that was symbolic of like a phoenix or like a rooster or something. I don't know, but it kind of had the same shape to it, like that guy's hat had. You know what I'm talking about?
That was more of like a mohawk on the Capitol building, right? But they kind of wanted to. Yeah, they put a eagle up there, but she was supposed to have the Fascinus cap because, again, it's the Phrygian cap.
Okay.
Right.
So.
But the Phrygian cap kind of does look like a rooster as well. I have pulled up here, again, like you can kind of imagine ancient Greece to be a lot like ancient Japan or, modern Japan, really. They still have phallus festivals. People dressed up like this.
Well, now I think they call them gay pride festivals now.
No, not at all. This has been going on for hundreds of years.
I know. That's a joke.
No,
yeah,
you're kind of right though.
Well, I mean,
because
leave it on
a new expression.
These people to subvert and pervert it. I mean, I just wow, they're really having a good time, huh?
Yeah. The whole idea is that if everybody's having fun, everybody's having a laugh, that it's going to boost fertility, and then you're going to have more kids. And so all of these festivals would be all about boosting the population.
However, I don't know if I would want. Yeah. See, that's wow. I mean, hey, look,
it's hilarious. And again, they all got to touch these things so that they get pregnant and have babies.
Where is this? You said this is in Turkey?
This is in Japan.
Japan. Okay.
All of the polytheistic societies had at least like some kind of connection to the phallus because it was seen as such a powerful, potent symbol. But we've kind of completely gotten rid of the phallus as a potent symbol, and we just go with the laughter angle.
Right.
That's a pretty well venerated phallus there.
It's crazy they do that in Japan, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd probably go to one of those, see what it is about. I probably wouldn't take my kid to it, but
no.
Yeah,
no, we're not doing all that. But this is how they come about. This is how you get the children. Because the idea is like fertility now becomes a community thing. Like everybody's sort of, good. Let's all have babies. Let's all make sure that we're all doing this together. It's like a communal thing about it. Whereas, everything's so individualistic in a much more, monotheistic society and shame-based.
Well, yeah, I mean, they'll try to shame you. Never mind. I want to get into it. But porn, essentially porn, early porn. I mean, yeah, but I don't think it was pushed on us, through propaganda and pop-up ads and stuff.
it was ritualistically applied to certain areas of life, right? To push people in the direction of having more babies and having more replacement population, because that's what they needed. They needed more soldiers. So the more polytheistic the society, the more focused on creating and maintaining the cycles that came before it. Like, for instance, in like, these are Shinto festivals, right?
Right.
But the Buddhists didn't come there and say, all right, you got to stop doing this now. They were just like, okay, well, we have to preserve Shintoism. And when you're, born, or when you get married, or when you die, you become a Buddhist in Japan. So they have Buddhist birth rituals, Buddhist marriage rituals, and Buddhist death rituals. But everything else is Shinto.
Okay. Yeah, I would have guessed that they would do that in Japan, but seeing that it's there, it's probably actually pretty organized and probably not as degenerate as you would think. You know what I mean? Compared to if you were to just let one of those happen in like downtown Portland or something, you know what I mean? Like, it would turn into a total just like degenerate shit show.
But again, like, this is about straight stuff. What they had to do is invert it and make it all about not having babies, which is the exact opposite of a fertility festival.
Yeah. Open your butthole portal and do all that stuff. Yeah, no, we no, you should have kids, definitely. It's funny because that's obviously a big thing being pushed on a lot of women nowadays is, you don't need to have kids, you're a strong woman, go and live your life and travel the world and all this stuff. And then I don't know, man. I just think having kids can change you for the better. It can also ground you more, into a community and having what we were just talking about.
Right. So in the Roman context, when it comes to these fertility rituals, when it comes to these fertility rituals, they would have Lupercalia, right? So this was a very popular Roman fertility ritual where they would, all the priests would go into this cave and just start drinking all day long. And they slaughtered a goat, and they would take the thongs of flesh from that goat and run through the streets beating women with it. And the women would be begging for that because that was how they would have fertility. So these strange fertility rites in Rome would be carried out every year, right? And this is, again, what they're trying to do is boost the population of babies, and they believe that by reliving these events of the past, that they could achieve similar ends. So this Lupercalia was made in honor of Romulus and Remus. Right, so this was at the center of all of Roman life, and so these naked dudes would come around. As you can see, he's thrashing these women who are kind of into it because this means that they're probably going to get pregnant pretty soon. It's fun, but here's the thing: the women had to pretend like they didn't like it, because if you were there and you were getting whipped with these the bloody goat flesh, and you pretended like you liked it, then everybody would get upset at you and call you a whore. But if you got to run away from the guy who's got the leather thong, even though you really do want to get pregnant and want to have babies. So kind of a reverse play there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. That'd be the same as wearing one of those Fascinus like around your neck, right? Like some of those were kind of look like necklaces or even a bracelet, maybe. Yeah. Let's see.
But Lupercalia specifically, it's more about the idea that this wolf is sort of the mother of all of Rome. So you also have, the eagle is the symbol of Rome, but really the city itself was depicted by the wolf, and you see this in the statues they have of Romulus and Remus sucking from this wolf, she-wolf, right? That's the founding mythology behind Rome. It's Romulus and Remus are a lot like Enki and Enlil. Like I think they just work perfectly with that. So Something
Definitely.
really ancient there. And Romulus killed his brother too. Remus got killed by Romulus as well, which is really interesting. And the book, the Aeneid, what's that?
Romulus got
Nick?
reamed.
Yes, he did. That's probably
dick.
where we get that from.
Fuck.
Too much big dick energy. But this is the thing too. It's like all of this stuff we sort of look back on. What did he say? Wolf bitch.
Wolf bitch.
Yo, people are gonna remember that shit forever.
Wolf bitch is that dude. Enchanted Wiggers. He's taking his time with Enchanted Wiggers. He said he's making it like truly.
Yo,
people are gonna be like, is this real? Like that's how he's. I love.
Yo,
it.
you gotta let me know when he does that, dude. I gotta get off.
Yeah, dude, I fucking love it.
I thought Wolf Bitches was real. I thought he was reading some form of ancient poetry, because again, you've got the wolf as the consistent symbol in Rome. So I'm like, oh, this must be some sort of ancient.
Well, he had read through some of the he had read through the Enneads and stuff, and all this other Greek literature, and he kind of took some of those stories and then put his what he had written into a prompt, and then got it in a script basically. So it like turned into more of a story than just I think he did a pretty good job with it. However, this next one is going to be more fiction probably, but it's going to have aspects of certain mystery schools in it, Agartha, Hyperborea, and all that stuff. And that's why I was asking about Hyperborea earlier.
Right.
But yeah, man, shout out Subliminal Messenger, guys. Y'all should go check out his channel. He streams during the day mostly, but he's our co-host on Esoteric Book Review. But
if you want to get into Hyperborea a little bit, I can comment on that, because that's a Greek concept. That comes from. So every year when Lyra and another Cygnus are seen in the sky, right, coming up off of the north horizon, that's the time that Apollo retreats to Hyperborea. And Hyperborea is the land beyond the Boreas Mountains. The Boreas Mountains named after Boreas, the god of the north wind, right? So it's beyond the mountains of the north wind. That would be a pretty good indicator of like some sort of mythic North Pole type place. But really, the Boreas Mountains are actually kind of close to Greece, so it's not that far away. Like Hyperborea would just be like on the other side of the hill over there. It was less about Agartha to the Greeks than it was about that place. That's where he goes. So they could actually point to it. It kind of reminds me of the Superstition Mountains for the Hopi. So the Hopi believe that their Kachinas come from the Superstition Mountains, which is like maybe 300 miles away from the old Arabic settlement. And so, if they wanted to, they could just hop in a car and go and see their gods in a single afternoon, right?
Yeah.
But to them, I guess it was a lot farther back when there wasn't that kind of transportation. So the idea of going over to the Superstition Mountains would be like a huge thing for the Hopi way back in the day. But nowadays it's.
Yeah. I was going to say, you brought up Boreas, dude. Look at him. He's kind of depicted as, I think when we talked about the naiads and stuff, he's depicted with the, kind of catching his wind. Right.
They all had that. All of these wind deities would carry this. Right. And so this is also what we see in the Odyssey, right? So what's his name? Elias? No, it's not Elias. What's his name? Anyways, the god of the winds takes all four winds and puts them into a sack and hands it to I can't believe I'm blanking. To Odysseus to go across the sea, right? And so Odysseus releases the bag and ends up losing his place, and then takes years to sail back to where he's got to go. But the idea there is that these gods of the wind were kind of really central to a lot of what their magic practices were.
Right.
And we were talking about that with the guy from, what was that, Saturday Night?
Yeah, dude, this depiction right here of him, he looks like an angel. He's even got wings on his feet. So
that's where we get our depictions of the angels.
The messengers of so they all had wings on their feet too. That's so cool.
Right. So the all of the winds were.
I thought it was just Hermes.
Oh no, they use that motif a lot. Like that's a very common motif. So a lot of different characters have the hermetic feet. A lot of different characters have the caduceus, like Priapus did.
Yeah,
right? But they all kind of matrix into each other when you know that they have these other relationships, right? So that's why they sort of carry each other's equipment. And the equipment, I think, was far more important than people give it credit for, because you've got the Aegis, which is the shield of Athena, and you find that same Aegis motif repeating again and again and again with the head of Medusa on it, right? And then that goes back to Perseus. And then you've got this whole string of other associations which are right there present in the mythology that actually ties a different or esoteric picture of what's going on in the background.
Yeah,
you've also got.
I'm sorry, man. I was gonna say when I went to VMI and saw those cool Greek statues and stuff, they had one of the Aegis shield with the head of Medusa, dude. It was so sick. I was like, dude, they had Athena statue. Just made the campus look awesome.
Right. Oh, have you seen the Athena in Athens, Tennessee? They've got the Acropolis. They've got the Acropolis, and they've got the life-size Athena inside there. I saw one of these CI guys. His girlfriend goes inside of it, and she starts feeling ill and nauseous that she's in the presence of such a demon. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Dude, I don't know about that. I think that's people's fear attacking them. I think people have been programmed to, I mean, they don't understand, I had this tweet that I posted the other night, if you don't understand or if you fear what you don't understand, how can you understand what it is you actually fear? And it people, whatever, say that makes no sense, but I think it makes perfect sense. And it's a great question. And I think a lot of people that, dive into all this conspiracy stuff, what have you, it's all just like, it's a huge rush to them. It's like fear porn or whatever. I've been talking about this a lot lately. Yeah. And so it's just like, try to understand this stuff from other angles, from like you, Headless. That's why I like doing stuff with you, because, this is part of your culture, and I think that's the best way to understand something that, because who's to say these other people won't try to subvert it? It's been done with everything else,
Right. Right. Well, I think the Greeks really have a really tight decode on what's been happening. I was going to
pull it up, man. My bad.
Or
fine. Did I?
I just want to see if I can zoom in.
I can. I actually pulled up a pretty good. You got it. There you go. Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
Right. So again, like, this is a lot of what the description of these sort of revelations deities are. Right. So this would be like close to what they call the Scarlet Woman. Right. And so it's similar enough to actually induce fear and panic in people. So when they see something like this and it's gigantic at the end of this hallway, they're like, that's got to be evil. But really, I think it's just the format that they're not used to, because we haven't made anything that even rivals anything like the Greeks in thousands of years, right? So they were building stuff like this, and these are all open to the public again, right? Very well maintained. Like, all of this was a symbol of pride for the ancient world. Yeah.
I have a close-up picture of it. If you want to. Yeah, here.
Yeah, sure.
It's the yeah. It kind of dude, a little bit like, it kind of looks like the Hindu.
Yeah, it's not my favorite artist, right? But it kind of looks like Kali.
There we go. There's a good.
it's definitely not like the Greek style that they would do for Athena, because first and foremost, Athena kind of looks like an alien in all of their statues, right? Because she doesn't have that crown on her head. She's got the helmet that sticks off the back of her head. You know, that
see the
crown,
serpent down there on the Aegis.
right? But the motif that they're using is not very Athena-like, right? She's
Right.
not wearing armor. She doesn't have the breastplate with the head of Medusa on it, right? Which is very, very common in all the other ones. She's wearing this glistening dress, which is not something that Athena was known for. She was the goddess of sewing, but she never gussied herself up like that, right? She was always thinking warlike, and it was always focused on like basic practical wisdom.
Who's that on her hand?
It looks like one of the other angels. I'm not sure. It could be one of the winds, because she did have half the year she spent in Delphi, right? So she would fill in for Apollo when he would go up to the Boreas Mountains, and then Athena or Poseidon would usually jump in and deliver the oracles during the off season.
Interesting.
So these were gods that they were talking to at places like Delphi, and they, actually got the conversation going on, right? Nike is Samothrace. Again, what's the Roman equivalent of Athena is Minerva.
Right. Minerva represented by the owl, right?
Yes, sir. Also Athena symbol.
People think it's Moloch. And it's like, okay, go and read about Molk, right? The MLK. And like I said, when I had Eddie on, dude, he explained it perfectly. It is a type of sacrifice to Baal, maybe Baal-Hamon, Baal-Zephon, whoever, whatever, a Canaanite, deity you want to worship. But it is a certain type of child sacrifice. They were conducting at Bohemian Grove in the video. It was a Molk sacrifice to Minerva. That's why the owl is there.
Right.
If you hear them, they say, wake up in Moloch, right? So they're even referring to it in the ritual as a place. No one gets that when they watch the video. Also, it could be like the belly, like the womb of the mysteries or whatever. And they would burn people down in the belly of, during this Moloch sacrifice ritual. They would either have the hands, right, that they would get real hot and then put whoever in the hands, or they would have the furnace inside. That was usually the bull. They would have a bull, and then I think they would have an owl sometimes. But yeah, the deity Moloch, that's another egregore, dude, or like some kind of tulpa that has been created over.
It is Canaanite Phoenician. That's the type of sacrifice it was, is Canaanite Phoenician. That's what the MLK root comes from.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a very specific group. Like, they spread Baal worship up to Ireland, and it was called Beltane, right? McCarthy in Irish, names, that means son of Carthage, right? So these are very Canaanite peoples that get transferred around on all these shipping lanes, right? This is where they got all of their tin during the Bronze Age, is up in the British Isles. So this goes back a long time with Canaanite Phoenician influence in Northern Europe.
Beltane, yeah. Bel being, the storm god. And then Beltane, what was that, May 1st, the day that the Illuminati was founded? That's when they would do their Moloch sacrifices, right on May 1st. It's always been that way, May Day. So Adam Weishaupt was definitely doing some sacrificing on that. And what was it, 1776? Yeah.
This is why I always point to the Canaanite Phoenicians, because you could see that thread of communism and human sacrifice and all the rest of that stuff going back thousands of years and stopping right at their doorstep. They had that. They understood how to use slavery to overthrow societies.
They're still doing it.
Thousands of Exactly.
They're still doing
Exactly.
it,
And
dude.
nobody pays any attention to it. Nobody pays any attention to, because they're supposedly gone, right? When you rebrand your empire as this invisible mystery school empire, who's going to know the difference?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they write the history, unless you go and do your own research and get into this stuff, then I don't know what to tell you. It's really simple when you look at it from that perspective. I don't know. It's like, hey man, these people hate you. They've been trying to poison you over your entire life through your food, your water, the air you breathe. Like, you really think that they're going to give you anything that's 100%? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Even some of the smallest things could be changed here and there, man. And we'll never know. Unless we can find these synchronicities sometimes and connect the dots ourselves. And I think I trust some schizo podcaster more than I trust a lot of the mainstream news sources and what we were taught in school. It just is what it is. Call me crazy. Hey, don't care.
Well, I mean, how long have we had to deal with the type of mind control that we see as MK Ultra today? How many times have they been updating the same system? You've got these different forms, but it basically takes the same shape every single time.
Words have power. Yes, Christina. It's a great picture, Christina, by the way. Love that portrait of you. Like the double
exposure.
Head. You should do that headless with beans. Human beings should do like the little sweaters and the little picture. That'd be great, man. That'd be great. Right? I would wear that on an Occult Reject shirt.
Oh, I would hang that.
I will also wear the AI picture of Beans as Crowley.
Yo,
I'll wear that on a shirt, dude. I will wear that on a shirt just because it's Beans.
All right, I might go down to the mall and get that one printed.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
I'm tempted for that. Oh, that's funny.
Oh man, that'd be so weird wearing that while also holding the cat.
That's the best part.
Yeah. Fucking Beans, man.
But so Fascinus do you see this in any other cultures by like any other deities? Well, for instance, maybe in Hindu culture or I don't know.
Big time. They call it the Shiva Lingam, right? So they have entire festivals around the Shiva's Lingam, and they've got this the lamp I was showing you with the Fascinus on it. They have lamps like that with Shiva's Lingam sticking out the top of it, the exact same motif. I think a lot of this Fascinus stuff came through the same kind of Proto-Indo-European roots that brought the culture down into India.
I mean, all the Vedic mysteries and stuff. Yeah,
exactly. The Vedic mysteries were Aryan mysteries, and if you think about right, you think about Buddha, right? He was said to have blue eyes and light skin. Like, he was an Aryan. That was 500 years before Jesus. Wow. So that goes way back in history.
Wait, so he wasn't some fat, like, monk-looking dude with...
That's a much further East Asian thing. Like, that's like...
well, there were different types.
Vietnam.
Like, weren't there different Buddhas? Like, there was an Abi Buddha and, like, all this stuff. Adrian, my co-host on Elohim Etymology, he equates Anu to one of the early Buddhas. Very interesting. I got to get him on this show. We got to get him on Occult Rejects. You guys would love him. Great dude.
Have you guys ever seen Hellenic Buddhism?
No. I have not. What's that about?
Pull that up real quick. You'll love it. Hellenic Buddhism is...
I didn't know that there was a Greek Kabbalah.
Hellenist society and Buddhism during the time of after Alexander the Great. Yeah. This is fucking crazy. So, Greco-Buddhism. That's what it's called. And these are Greek gods that are presented in the Buddhist style. right? So we're talking about Prometheus and all of the rest of these gods as Buddhist gods because, oh, who's that? Hercules.
Forest mommy. It's a different
Hercules.
forest mommy. I think there's a.
And Buddha.
I think you're talking about the comment. What's up, FOMO?
Right. So again, now Shiva is Dionysus, right? It's a very close 1-to-1 ratio. And Dionysus is Osiris. And Osiris's phallus is found at the capital of Washington, D.C. So it's not that rare to think that these syncretisms could exist across all of these different cultures.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you.
Greco-Buddhism.
I had to write that down.
That's only in a specific region. I think it's in the Himalayan mountains because it was practiced until about 200 AD. No contact with the Romans whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard me a few minutes ago, but I didn't know there was a Greek Kabbalah either, you know, so
they're the ones who made it.
Yeah, you see, you're not taught that, right?
No.
So we got to we got to get into that sometime, man. I love learning about this stuff.
Right. Well, I mean, I think that a lot of this stuff is kind of swept under the rug because they didn't want to, for a long time, they just didn't want to say anything about it. But it's like, all right, guys, we got to face it at some point. There's a problem here. All of our history is being mixed up by a certain group of people. And we kind of know why. It's in their book. So
yeah,
what are we going to do about that? All of the ancient world's all fucked up now. We don't know where anything belongs because for the longest time they were following this book as if it was, reality. And so we're making discoveries like Hellenic Buddhism all the time because, Noah's Ark must have changed everything. Completely different way of looking at the world.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I said earlier. You have a priest class who hates you and wants to see the destruction of your people and has this vendetta against you for thousands of years, and it's wild, dude. It's wild. And people can't see it. People can't see it.
Well, why would they? I mean, at a certain point, you kind of have to just go along to get along. And I think we haven't really been facing what's been happening in the background too long. I mean, think about it. When the Federal Reserve Act passed, nobody took to the streets and burned anything down because none of them knew what money was in the first place. It was just, I guess that's the thing we trade with, but they had no idea that it was being handed over to an international syndicate, or else they probably would have been more upset. But apparently, we've been kept dumbed down for a lot longer than we realize.
Well, that's why it's, I don't know. It seems like now it's kind of time to, wake people up. And we're at a point in time now where you go one or two ways. It's like, you go back to sleep, or you can, start to fight back, against what's happening. Start talking about it, get the word out there to people. I think we do a lot of that. I think that's mainly what we do with the podcasting. We're trying to warn people like, hey, this shit is real. This magic is real. And even if you don't believe it, these people do, and they're doing it every day, and you're participating in it. Unwillingly, sometimes willingly. You give consent without knowing because you want to be part of the club or you want to be hip with the times or whatever they say. It's just it's
most of the time they don't know any better.
We're gonna have to separate from society, dude. We're gonna have to completely, I don't know. There has to be a great awakening, but I don't know if everyone can awaken. Does that make sense? I don't know. You can try to force people to wake up, but at that point, it's kind of futile. I don't know.
Well, I think finding out about your roots is vitally important, because the only way you can make sense of any of this stuff is by getting, into the stuff that made your ancestors tick back when there was very little to go around. Somehow they made it by. So there has to be some real power and energy in the type of beliefs that they had back then that we don't have today. Might be important.
Not even like with the spirituality, even, but the culture and the customs and stuff, dude. Like, what was I watching? I think I mentioned this on a show already. The new Frankenstein.
Oh yeah, I started watching that.
Oh, dude, I loved it. But when he goes and when he leaves the castle, when it gets destroyed or whatever, the doctor burns it down or tries to kill him. He goes to the family who is, you think at first they're a pagan family, but they're wearing crosses, but they're also venerating the Green Man. The grandpa is teaching his granddaughter about their traditions and stuff through these like little cards. He's like, "Who's this?" And he's showing her. And I was like, "Yeah, I think they may be pagan." And my wife was like, "I don't know." And then it's like the Green Man, and I was like, "See?" But then they're praying to, Christ and wearing crosses and stuff. But I don't know, man. It's like, they want you to forget all of your culture, not just like the religious stuff. Like if you have a relationship with Christ, I don't know why you can't still explore what you come from.
Well, until the 1850s, the dominant religion in the United States was folk magic, right? Yeah. Because that's what you had to heal people with. That's what you had to relate to the land, right? You had to go by these cycles. And this was how they passed on traditions from one generation to the next. It wasn't until the 1850s that they really got rid of that tradition entirely and then pushed everybody into these, mega churches, because that was the start of this new industrialized age that they had to put these people into factories. They took them off of the land. They took them away from their ancestors, shoved them in factories, and then all of the rest of that stuff went along with it. You had to have industrialized Christianity, which was like the Protestant, Anglo-Protestant aesthetic. Right. All of these things were kind of programmed into us with public schooling and all the rest of these things that erased our memory of our ancestors that used to be a very present thing until the 1850s of all times. And then we got the Civil War, which, there we go. The Civil War erased our memory too, So at some point, we got to say, we're going to stop with the memory erasure and go back to something that we really understand, because all the rest of that stuff in the 1800s, that's all propagandized. They're the ones who wrote the history books. They're not paying attention to our ancient past because nobody is. And once you get into those myths and you start understanding their magic, that's when I think you could start to repeat a little something of it in today's society,
That's what people don't understand, is that a lot of the magic being carried out in this realm is Jewish magic. It's ancient Kabbalah magic from the Zohar as well. A lot of midrashic stuff, and like a lot of people, especially a lot of Christians, don't know those texts even exist, and that it was a death sentence to show any of them to a Gentile up until a certain point, a literal death sentence, like beheading. Why? Is it because if we found out all the mysteries y'all know about, then we could use them, to improve the world and to
better ourselves?
Yeah, to free ourselves from bondage. But y'all don't want that. So you want to, everything. And that's what's really funny is like, yeah, these people who, they practice mysticism out in public. I was talking about this recently. Like, dude, they're on the side of the street in New York with the chicken. Like that. That's a ritual, and
right.
not a I wouldn't say not a good ritual. That animal suffering. So
right, they tie fishing line around their neighborhoods, which indicates that somehow they haven't left their home. Right, so they could do certain things on the Sabbath that they couldn't normally do because they've wrapped the entire neighborhood, a lot of other people living in that neighborhood, with a fishing line, which indicates some sort of a magical circle. Like, are we going to pretend like that's not what's going on here? I mean, that's
Yeah.
They're creating the ritual space. That's exactly what they're saying with this kosher thing. They're creating a ritual space that they can go into.
Oh yeah, I was talking about with Doc the other night. We were talking about the Shekinah, the flame, the humping, the thing to do with the wall. That is to conjure up an energy, a sexual energy. There's nothing holy about that, as far as I'm concerned. As far like, if you're okay, for what they tell us, they're connecting with God. No, you're connecting with the feminine energy of God, but you're not telling anyone that. So that's deception, right? I mean, that's my understanding of what's, you're portraying this and you're saying it's one thing. We know it's not that, but yet you still sit there and you say, no, don't believe your lying eyes, or, whatever.
Oh yeah. They play it off as like some broad, like nonchalant, no big deal thing that you're doing. And it's very specific for a reason.
Well, they can do it because they're chosen, right?
Yeah.
That's why they're excused from all the rituals that they participate in, because they're chosen. They're, they want to bring God here. They want to bring God down to here. They want to bring Yahweh down to here. And that, I mean, those third temple cultists, man, that shit's scary. That's scary to me. You'll hear the rabbis talking about, oh, well, it says they'll be destroyed in 12 seconds. It sounds like a nuclear bomb. And you're just like, what the fuck? Like, this is like you're threatening people. You're like, this is being portrayed as a seminary school for young men to become rabbis, in the yeshiva class or whatever. And when you watch it, it is a literal just like confession of this like sick fantasy to just dominate the entire world, dude.
But here's the thing. Luckily, their symbolism actually passes over. So if you know the ancient symbolism around it, you can understand things like Jacob and Esau, right? You've got Castor and Pollux. You've got Romulus and Remus. You've got Enki and, Enlil. Like, this is the dichotomy that they're actually playing out. They're using the same. Yeah. You're using the same set pieces. So you can understand which way things are going if you can understand the symbolism. The problem is we've all been kind of cut off from that symbolism. And until you start applying your knowledge of that symbolism to these books, you're not going to really understand what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, people need to do their own research as far as I'm concerned, because, I mean, if they're providing you with the definition of something, then is like, can you trust that? Can you trust these people who hate you, who want to kill you? Not only you though, anything. Look, it's, I don't want to go off on a tangent. We're talking about Priapus tonight, guys. I guess the phallic energy got us going on into a JQ kind of topic. But
the big dick energy.
It's good. This stuff has to be talked about, man. This stuff has to be fucking talked about. I don't care if people say, Well,
everybody learned a new curse motion, right? So I expect this to come and make a big comeback. So if anybody cuts you off in traffic, throw them the fig.
I used to draw my shit with that. Instead of using my finger like that, I used to, whenever I drew my pentagrams, or hexagrams, or anything, I actually always did it like that because I've seeing it done by other people. Did not know it meant that though. It's interesting,
right? Well, it's like it's female energy, so you're using the female wand instead of the male wand, which that could have different properties.
Right? What's the female wand?
Snail trails.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm drawing snail trails in the air.
Like discharge? What? Sorry, guys. That was gross. Hey, wait. Hold on. So, what's a snail trail?
Leave it alone, man.
Fuck, dude.
I'm losing listeners.
Oh, man. Is that
okay,
when
so
the girls
when you're
get their period blood and they put it in
snail trails. Just
why
do I have to explain this? Forget about
it. Okay, you don't have to. It's okay. Forrest Mommy will explain it.
Have you ever been at the club and there's a girl with a really short skirt on that's kind of drunk?
The chicks are laughing at it, man.
She gets it.
Me cat.
Yeah.
Dude. All right. Yeah. All right. Look. All right. We're serious.
People like, yo, he said, what's a snail trail?
Oh man. Big
When
clit
you're drawing
energy.
when you're drawing the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, you're basically holding out the male.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're doing that, you're doing the female version, which I guess would be the snail trail.
Well,
Then you should be doing the
that's
sign
what
of
I'm
the
gonna
answer
start doing.
too, right? I should spinning around the fucking circle, diving into it.
So hopefully we brought back a dirty hand signal that people didn't know about. That's
Hey.
going to bring a different change in energy.
Hey, so this image, okay. Well, I have a few images, a few more that I want to ask you about Headless. This is Priapus too, right? Let me see.
Yeah. Oh, take the thing off the top, but what do you think's underneath?
And it's a penis underneath. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, why didn't he have arms?
It's like that other one that you had. It was just the legs with the phallus in the middle and the oval on the outside. That's another form of Priapus.
Nick, I see what you did there. That's awesome. Shout out Beans.
Yeah,
We need it on a shirt. We need it on a shirt.
I like that.
Yeah, then there's this one right here. We're gonna share a couple other images. What? Now there's a lot of penises in this one. This is some artwork from the 1700s.
Yep.
Is this Priapus?
Well, again, in the 1700s, they were rediscovering all of the kind of body stuff in ancient Greece, and they wanted to copy it because, that was in style. So, yeah, that would be a much later interpretation. They did the same thing with Pan, right? So Pan is used a lot in the 1700s as sort of like this re-emerging motif. Yeah.
My next picture. I'm pretty sure
Pan
Pan
is also
hanging out.
Phallic god.
Pan was hanging out in this picture. Look, we got all our boys in. We got Priapus and Pan.
Yo, look at that guy in the back.
I know that's Pan, right?
He's just
That's
like,
one of them.
he's watching, fucking beating his dick off.
Again,
it's huge.
No, look at his look. He's got the creep. Fucking look at his smile.
Okay, now, but look at these guys, dude. I mean, look at
you got an old man.
look
back
at the old man of the oak tree. That's like some druid guy. It's probably Merlin creeping.
Yeah.
Right, but these are the satyrs, right? The horny goats. This is where you get the concept of the horny goat, Well, I mean, goat, goats are horny. So the whole idea is this fertility energy, and they're always, again, Pan is always looking to get some of these nymphs pregnant. So his idea is like he's this god of fertility of the woods. You gonna screen cap it?
Yeah.
Holy hell. What does that look like? Baphomet? What does Baphomet have sitting right up in the middle?
Huge.
Yeah.
So big. Anyway.
Totally a Baphomet thing, because Baphomet has the caduceus right there in the center, but it's shaped like a phallus.
Yeah. Wait, really?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's pull that up.
I'm going to pull it up.
You pull it up. You pull it up.
I am.
I'll pull it up. No, you pull it up. No, I'll pull it up. Oh, there we go. Thought I closed the window out, guys.
You see it? Boing.
Oh, that is a phallus.
It is a phallus. Oh, yes, sir. Come on. Baphomet. Again, like that's part of the Eliphas Levi thing. But you could see that in all the ancient motifs as well.
Yeah, he's just portraying duality in that picture, guys. But now Baphomet does exist as some egregoric monster that lurks the forest.
Well, it's okay. So you've got the light of intuition, or the light of Prometheus up here, right? You've got these big old horns, again, going back to the satyrs and all the rest of that stuff. You've got the the head, which is in an upside down pentacle, and the pentacle on his forehead being the right side up one. And then, solvent coagula, again, like you're talking about all of these different dualities. And he's sitting on the block of the world. Like this is kind of the image of.
Would you say a cube?
Yeah, because there's a cube under him, and he's also on top of the planet. So there's a globus cruciger type idea of his throne, right? So it's sort of like the cross on the top of the world. You've got a light moon and a dark moon, right? So are there different energies to the moon? Probably. You've got kind of a mercurial thing going on with that. And then I'm not sure what's up with these pants though. Not sure about that symbolism. And then he's got the titties, you got the titties out, which also you've got the dick. So is that what you see in all of this ancient phallic worship? No, it's different. Right?
Yeah, it's very different.
More of a male energy, right?
Definitely.
It's not this male-female stuff. That's not what you wanted
I don't like it.
In the ritual, right?
Yeah.
So it's not exactly a fertility ritual when you're only talking about all of this hermaphroditic stuff.
Yeah.
So there's differences that if you know what you're looking for, you're going to see the changes. But that's not exactly.
Well, that's
even in Japan.
Well, dude, but that's what they're promoting now. Telling gays to adopt kids and stuff, and it's just like, why? Why do that to you?
They want to reduce the population, so they give you fake symbols of fertility, right? Instead of getting these ideas about going out there making more babies, you now have ideas about yourself, about your transgender, and how you want to have everything snipped off down there. And that's how you fulfill this sort of fertility that you're being presented. But there is no fertility in that. So it's another spell. But once you know the differences between Pan and all of these other ancient fertility things and what they're pushing today, you kind of get, hey, there is a material difference in the spell that's being cast here. Yeah. But if all you think is it's all the same thing, then how are you going to know the difference?
Absolutely, man. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, I want to share something for you.
Yeah, what's up, Nick?
Edit.
Yeah, I was going to say, guys, I think we've talked a good bit about Priapus, Fascinus. So if y'all want to just riff for a little bit, or if y'all got to go, but talking about the hand of Sabazios. You talk about the hand of the mysteries. I love it. Oh, dude, y'all showed this to me when I first met Headless showed this to me, and I was fascinated by it, and I saved it on my computer. It was one of these.
Yeah, I can't. Unfortunately, it's on the website. Actually, Occult Research Institute.
I had that in the description, Nick.
Yeah. There you will see. It's the hand isn't up, but you will have Solve and Coagula prior to Baphomet right here, and you have the man, woman. I mean.
Okay.
So even like this, that idea existed before that picture, in my opinion.
And you got the peacock up there.
Yeah. So
what was Israel? Let me pull that up. Do you remember what Israel Regarded was saying about who was the guy who made the Baphomet?
Oh, Eliphas Levi.
Yeah, he was shit talking him in the introduction, wasn't he?
He might have, yeah. See if I have another image of that.
Headless, we need to get some Occult Reject branded Phrygian caps, dude.
Oh shit!
Like straight up,
dude,
guys.
They never look good. I've seen so many people try to pull them off. They never look good. I don't know. I don't know how they did it.
Bet you I could pull it off.
They can't even look similar to what they look like in these statues. Like there's a different quality to the fabric they were using or something.
I'll pull it off. Well, let's find out what it is, dude.
Yo, these pictures I took, I had this book in my hand. I had there's only 6 of them left, and I had 2 of them in my hand at the Beinecke Library. And actually, they suggested that they think it was like the 9th gate where the emblem, these engravings are not in order. And I showed it right there on the site. They're not in order. They're not in order. So obviously they suspect there might be something with the engravings, almost kind of like the 9th gate. We had to figure out the order they got to go in because they're not all the same in every book.
Well,
Yeah.
those alchemists were crazy for their coding.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you get the Solvang coagula and kind of the man and woman right there. The two different breasts.
And the phoenix coming
Yeah.
up through the head.
Absolutely. I was going to say
He's all,
let me pull this up.
yeah, old shit. Yeah, that's if that issues. No, it's Heinrich Kuhnrath. That's fine.
Yeah, you told me about him. I think first episode we ever did together. That's when you shared the picture with me. It was Nick. There we go. So dude, Headless, what's on? Can you tell me what's on the hand as far as like this is the hand of the mysteries, right? The hand of
Right.
Sabazios. Sabazios being the Thracian sky daddy, you know.
Right. Very closely related to Dionysus, very closely related to Zeus, very closely related to all these mysteries is Sabazios. And you could see this in the hand. If you zoom in on the drawing one,
Yeah.
I think that'd be easier to look at.
This one?
Yeah, just if you can zoom that in. All right, so you've got the snake coming up between the ring finger and the middle finger, right? And that would be, represented by the snake at Delphi, right? This goes all the way back around the hand, right? So this hand of Sabazios is trying to tie together all of the mysterious symbols that they would use in Greek and Roman worship.
And this
You
is
got
the right
scales
hand,
right here,
right?
right? The hand of benediction. That's what they later called it. Now, Sabazios is often seated in the palm of the hand, and in some versions, he's got a big crescent moon on his forehead, right? Exactly like Shiva. And this is coming through Anatolia. Anatolia is the place where the Asian continent meets the European continent. So you've got all of these different influences going back to, Buddhism and Hellenism. They kind of have some sort of a thing going on there. So all of these different things have to do with constellations, have to do with these different stories. So in the wrist part, that would be the cave at Mount Ida that Zeus was nursed to adulthood by a female water goat, right? This is where we get the idea of the zodiac sign.
That's the constellation.
Right. So from there, you go up a level, and then you've got this table that has some sort of an offering on it. Not sure what that is, but there's the thumb has the pine cone, right? And the pine cone on the thumb is an indicator, again, like the pineal gland, and also Dionysus, and everything having to do with Dionysus is back to Osiris. There's also a lot of pine cone symbolism with Dionysus as well. So, and on the back we've got the bee right on the other side of the wrist, because the cave the oracle at Delphi was originally the home of these bee priestesses that would eat this mad honey and just start prophesying it. So they were called the Melissae. And I'm not sure. Melesai, I believe. No, let me look that up real quick.
You're good.
AE. There's an AE at the end.
Sabazius X is the like the Grandmaster's name of the OTO.
No shit. Hey, Headless, what did you say about the wrist? Or right there in the wrist.
Yeah, that's the Mount Ida where Zeus was nursed by the goat.
The sea goat.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm writing some of this down.
That's fun. But that's a very pivotal moment in Greek mythology because he's running away from Kronos, who wants to eat him, right? And so as Kronos is looking for him, Rhea picks up the stone, which she wraps up in cloth and then hands to Kronos, and then Kronos eats it whole. And he thinks he's eating Zeus, but really he's not. And that stone that's inside of the gut of Kronos ends up becoming the omphalos, or the navel of the world. and that is at the Oracle at Delphi. And so the thing that was Zeus in that case then becomes this symbol of the centrality of Greece to the rest of the universe. And so that all started with the cave.
Okay.
I'm not sure what flowers those are. You want to go to a different one? Because all of these hands are different.
Yeah.
They all have regional variations and everything else.
Oh, here, let me.
I don't know. It's like a gotta catch 'em all situation. There's so many different types.
All the hands of Sabazios, got to catch them all, guys. And I
now each one of these would be stuck on top of a pole.
Yeah.
And raised throughout the town. Right? You see the ram, I guess that would be Ares, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's the cave at the bottom there.
So the cave, and that's like the womb of the mysteries, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
The underworld. Yep. So you've got the underworld down here, and then you've got the overworld or the sky gods up on top. So you've got all of this stuff sort of, as above, so belowing.
I see the serpent right there on the ring finger.
Yep.
The thumb has the pineal gland on
the pine cone. Yeah.
You know, it was something I forgot that we talked about. Me and Headless were talking about this. I remembered after the show that I was saying that the thumb does come up a few times, like even in OTO initiations, and it was weird how, like, I remember at one point you're gonna learn a sign and you're gonna take your hand and you're actually gonna put your thumb up. You're gonna put your thumb up right up to your pineal gland like this, like you kind of got your thumb against your head and you're looking out. I think that's even how they explain it to you, like you're looking out like out into the sea or the ocean. So it's like you're even putting the pineal, it's got the pineal gland right there. You're putting it right against your head.
Oh, Headless! Look at this.
Yep. There's a caduceus in there. You got some frogs. Looks like a turtle.
It's a key with.
They all have these variations.
Oh no! Yeah, it's caduceus. Scales down there. Is that scales?
Yeah, those are the scales. Normally they're higher up on there.
Yeah,
those are much more diminished.
Let's see. Let's see the. Now let's look at Hand of the Mysteries. People have probably seen this on Manly P. Hall book. So yeah, so a key, lantern, sun. Is that Venus, or that's a 6-pointed star?
Well, look at the thumb. Look at the thumb. Again, pineal gland. It's the crown chakra. It's right there.
Right. Yeah, man.
But this is
a cool tattoo.
Right. There are some other Catholic ones where Jesus is always pictured as on the thumb as well. So they're almost saying, like, Dionysus, Jesus, the crown chakra, all of that stuff is sort of related.
And here we were going to look at the dude, I can pull one of these off, dude.
I don't know, man.
All right.
Look up a real person wearing one.
Well, I mean, I think this is
he's
a real person. Yeah. He's real. This guy's real.
No,
he's real.
That's a mannequin. I'm telling you. You find one person who can pull it off. I'm telling you, it looks so much different on a living person.
Walk around and give me one of these, and I will be the most handsome.
Papa Smurf?
Yeah, dude. I will be a.
Keep scrolling down. You'll see at least one person. Oh, there you go. No, same guy.
You're going to be Hermes for Halloween next year or something. Oh God. Well,
yeah. You like it. Really hard to pull these off, dude.
It. Oh, that's all right.
Really,
dude. I'd wear that. I'd wear that. I'm gonna do it.
Right.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna wear it on stream, and yeah.
Do it.
I'm gonna look like this guy.
Oh, dude. That's rough.
I'll never look like
It
that
is
guy.
rough.
I'll never look like that guy. But anyway, guys,
to get a neck beard. You have to have like an old.
You'll never see me. You may see me grow a little bit of a beard this winter, but never a neck beard or any big shit. No, I have too handsome of a face, I've been told.
Play World of Warcraft for like a month. You'll see what happens.
There you go. I'm gonna work on my neck beard.
He's writing it down. No, try.
Nah, somebody spelled Melisse.
Yeah.
For me.
MELISEAE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Headless.
Yeah.
Breaking that down. Always learn something with you guys. Always. And we have a good time.
Always have a good time.
I was going to say, so Subliminal will be out in the month of December for Esoteric Book Review because his wife, her schedule changes. And so he'll be with her on the weekends hanging out. He won't be able to stream on the weekends. So if you guys want to,
I don't think I have anything scheduled that would like interfere with me coming on this Saturday.
Yeah, man.
So I should have all of them actually.
Yeah, but if you do,
No,
and
so
while he's gone, we can make our own little book wheel on that wheel site. I'll get him to send me the site, and we can make our own little thing, and we can choose that. Next week we are doing occult symbolism of drum roll. No, fuck. Here we go. Occult symbolism of probably reptiles and fish and birds, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not birds, but fish definitely, because I really like what Hall has to say in the fish section. And I mean, it's a pretty good fucking. But I reviewed it early on in Greypilled. I didn't know near, what I know now. So
appreciate that. Thank you.
It'll be interesting looking back at it and analyzing it again. So if you guys want to, Scott, you faggot. It's good to see you, bud. What? Okay, I don't want to know what tickles.
What did you say about Crowley?
You were saying something tickled. I don't know. They talk about like
we talking about beans,
peeing in butts and stuff. It's real weird, dude.
Oh.
These guys. Scott made a site called suckafishoff.com. Everybody go there. You won't regret it. It just says Raven is gay. And you can send you can tell Raven how gay he is on that website. Suckafishoff.com. I'm not fucking around. If y'all go to suckafishoff.com, here, we'll go to it.
All right.
Here, suckafishoff.com. Here we go. We're gonna accept. There you go.
Oh, Raven is gay. There we go.
Yeah. Gear up for the catch. And then that's made by our own Scott. There we Sancho. All right. Anyway.
Good job.
Yeah. And Raven loves it. He loves it. He's gotten a lot of interesting mail from there, I'm sure. I don't know. I think people forgot that existed, Scotty. So, yeah.
Now they know.
Sorry, guys. We are retarded at times on the Greypilled podcast. That don't hold it against anybody on Occult Rejects, please.
Dude, we just got done talking about dicks for an hour and a half.
I know, dude. Yeah. Meat Cavern. Let's fucking go, brother. Yep. God, StreamYard did good with the soundboard, but it's so like out of the way.
I'm gonna come.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
you got to get those real quick.
And they're gonna watch babies die and love it because they're good guys. The government's good.
Is 666.
There you go.
There you go.
I will eat your ass.
Alex Jones. some good AJ sound clips we got in there. I don't know if Nick heard it. Got some applause.
Destroy the child. Corrupt
Yo, I
them
went
all.
in there. I went in there one day. I was like, yo, this motherfucker threw a lot of shit up in here.
Yeah, man.
I was
Yeah,
like, yo, this ain't mine. Yo, one day
Google,
I came in
Scott.
and there was like an intro scene like stored on the side. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, dude. Trying to spice up the show a little bit. You know,
Yeah, but it was his music.
I hope you like it.
No. It was his intro for his thing. I was confused because I've never seen that on the side before. I was like,
Which one? Oh, Headless's intro.
Yeah,
I also resized it to where it fit the frame for the whole thing. So,
oh yeah, that would be nice.
Dude, I've been doing a one-man show for almost 2 years, dude. My production is like right there on par. Like it's good enough. It's good enough that people keep coming back and watching, guys. If y'all want to support my show, y'all can find me on Twitter at greypilledpod, Instagram greypilled_podcast, Rumble, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. Patreon.com/greypilledpodcast, doing a lot over there. Probably going to be doing some guest episodes, some Patreon only guest episodes. You know, there's Patreon only content that we do on there. The esoteric book review, you know, those go straight to Patreon after we go live doing them. So
Patreon, I could cover the initiations with you.
Yeah, dude, definitely. I'd love to do that. And it's a good way to support the show, guys.
Yeah, I'll cover it on anybody's show. It's just, I hate to say it, if the right person hears it, they'll take it down.
Dude, it's a smaller audience. Actually, 33 people. Maybe 34.
That means,
huh?
If the initiations are copyrighted, you know what that means?
What?
Did that shit exist somewhere in a book in order to copyright it?
Yeah.
You know, that's quite interesting to think about that. If I'm going to talk about the initiations and the way you could take it down is for a copyright infringement, that means it must be somewhere.
Yeah. Well, like I said, dude, you can come on to Patreon whenever. We'll set something up, special episode. And guys, yeah, I think this week I'm having Tomcat from Strange Brew Podcast on at 10 or 10:30 on Saturday. It's going to be a banger. It's his first time. We've done like 5 swap casts together. Did Protocols of Zion part 1 and 2. Oh, nice. We did one on the race war. We did a race war where we talked about the stuff or the upcoming race war that they've been. And then we did one on the Anunnaki way back, and I think that's it. But yeah, so he'll be on, and then the Veritas Road's coming on Sunday. So we'll be hanging with the homies. They're part of the Patreon, dude. So they joined the Patreon. So I was like, dude, y'all book with me whenever, man. Book me whenever. So it's good to be having them on. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything else this week. Robbie, if you see this, be sure to. He booked with me, but I had Doc book the same night, and I don't know if I could have done 2 that night. So he said he'd rebook. So hopefully be having him on soon. And yep, I think that's it for right now, guys. What y'all got? Going, y'all? Plug. I got
goodies. No, here's what you got to do. You got to tag Gnostic Informant and tell him to get on the Occult Rejects.
Yeah, yo, you know what?
That's what you got to do.
People who listen to the show, if you follow,
guys, tag Gnostic Informant.
He said yes to me twice, but like this is so stupid with Twitter. If someone has a check mark and I don't, I can't hit them up unless they follow me back.
Yeah.
So unless this dude follows me, which of course, you know, these big accounts, you know, 30 million followers and they only follow back 27. You know, they can't hit that follow back button. So go bother him and constantly comment, yo, go on the Occult Rejects, man. Come on the Occult Rejects.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah, this is just this person has to be fucking with me, but no, I'm not.
Oh, dude, you got a fan.
I just got divorced like a year ago.
You got a fan, dude. Did you not see what she said?
Yeah, I know.
It's all that man meat,
dude. You
know what it was,
dude?
It was the phallic energy.
It's the fucking topic of the show. You really don't like me.
It's phallic energy.
My wife is watching. She's gonna try to jump my bones when I go in there. And FOMO said it definitely affected her. Shout out Forrest, mommy.
See what I mean?
Let's see. Well, no. Absolutely, dude. Dude, I had Stein on to talk about the 9 realms and all that, and like Fire Pixie and who else was it? Maddie and somebody. They were all in the comments, just like, "Oh my god, like I mean, he's just
Who's working?
Viking, what are they? Jarl. You know what I mean? He's a Jarl of his own clan. He's a good guy, man. I can't wait for him to come back on. Great conversation. We've had a lot of good episodes on Grey Pill lately, guys. Tons of fucking bangers. Only more to come.
I'm out of here.
What are you laughing, Nick?
I'm about to leave. What the fuck is a fuck?
Y'all got anything else y'all want to plug?
Well, I'm going to be posting his number down in the comments. So if you want to get in touch with him.
Yo, shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, the phallic energy strong, matey. Yeah, we got that over here at the Occult Rejects, guys. And if you get a sticker pack this week, I'm sending a few out. You will get an Occult Reject sticker in there. Your boy sent me some, so saved a couple for myself, but lucky few people will be getting one.
Oh, you know what? I'll just send you out like another pack. I'll send you like 20 of them next week.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, we know. Yeah, man.
We'll just throw them in your stuff whenever you send them out.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Headless. You good?
I'm good. I just finished this one today.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You want to explain to people what this is?
I just call it Behold the Eschaton. So this is my new painting. Hopefully you guys like it. If you want to see it, you can go visit my Instagram or my Twitter, and I'm gonna make it glow in the dark. Actually, I've got this paint that I saw on the counter there at Walmart, and I'm like, holy fuck, it's glow in the dark. So I gotta do something to make this thing glow. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, that's my painting. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and everything else. And if you want, you can see my.
I was gonna say we got Alchemy Mondays tomorrow, dude.
Alchemy Monday. I don't know if I'm gonna be there for that, but we'll figure it out.
Well, damn, dude. My bad.
I was just gonna sit there and make a pot of tea by yourself.
Dude, she can do that.
Oh man.
Yo, did she talk more on your show?
Well, we switch off reading different stuff, so yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you later. This has been
all right, everybody.
Episode.
Y'all have a good night. This was fun. We'll see y'all next time. Headless, who are we gonna talk about next time?
Hephaestus. This is very Hephaestus painting. So
you're gonna have a big vagina.
Somebody said Hephaestus Thursday. So
that's interesting.
That's interesting. Very interesting. That all right. So yeah, y'all look out for the next Rustic Gods, and stay great, pilled everybody. Later.